completely. But a lot of that is a product of the environment that allows you to be that visible. So I mean, you talk about conversations about, building relationships with people, talking about partners, talking about, kids, all of these kinds of things. And it takes me back to conversations I've had in previous roles where, you come in on a Monday morning, everyone's in the kitchen making their coffee or whatever, talking about what they did at the weekend. And that sense of trying to figure out how open you're going to be based on who's in the room with you is huge. And if that's a weekly, almost daily occurrence, that's a huge impact on how comfortable someone then feels being that role model, being visible. And I think that's where we get onto conversations about how do you build an inclusive culture, things like that. Because if in your role, in your work, you feel sort of included in every other sense, suddenly that becomes much smaller of a barrier to get over, to also then be more open and visible with every other aspect of your life as well.
That's absolutely right, and I think that's as true in STEM environments as in any other. But it is that you have to, even being part of an inclusive culture, as I am, and I'm very happy about that. You still fear it.
You do.
And so that's, I think, the reality that people, I think, well, we have an open and inclusive culture. Like, Jody in accounting's got a boyfriend. Like, what's the problem?
Yeah.
It's not about that. It's the fact that the culture exists within a broader set of, social and environmental norms of what the workplace is and how you behave and what are appropriate topics to talk about, or expectations that people might have of each other in the workplace. And nothing exemplifies it more to me than the office Christmas party or things like that dreaded question, are you bringing someone or something, where I think about for so many people who identify as LGBTQ+, it's not a question they want to hear. And that to me is a kind of a watershed kind of question. Is this truly an environment or a culture where I feel comfortable?
Yeah.
And even in an environment where my partner has met my colleagues, I'm a leader in the organization, and therefore it's also visible, you still have that gut-wrenching feeling when the question comes up.